Hello everyone, my name is Yuzu Sim, a first-year Sound Middle School student. Have you ever heard the phrase, let's get rich by planting trees? No? That's okay, I just made it up. Today I'd like to talk about the economic benefits and opportunities of land and forest restoration. These days, we often hear one phrase in the news, climate change. In April this year, a massive wildfire broke out in Gangwon province, prompting an emergency response from the Korea Forest Service and the fire department. One of the causes of this unpredictable weather is global warming, which has worsened since the Industrial Revolution due to the burning of coal and oil, increasing greenhouse gases. As a result, natural disasters such as heat waves, wildfires, droughts, and floods are becoming more frequent. But here lies an important source of hope: forest restoration and land recovery. Trees absorb carbon dioxide and help cool the planet. An healthy soil stores water and supports food production, all of which help us fight the climate crisis. Since trees absorb carbon, the amount of carbon reduced can be sold as carbon credits to companies. The revenue of these credits can then be reinvested into local communities and used for forest management. The UN has announced that by 2030, forest restoration could create about 390 million new jobs worldwide, not just tree planting, but in various innovative ways. For example, a drone technician can plant trees and monitor wildfire-affected areas. A forest carbon analyst can measure how much carbon trees absorb, and an ecosystem monitoring expert checks on wildfires, plant diversity, and soil health. And an environmental consultant gives advice on what kind of trees to plant in each region. As you can see, forest restoration creates future-oriented jobs based on science, technology, and environmental knowledge. Restored forests can also help revitalize local economies. They become tourist attractions, supports forest healing programs, campsites, and sales of local facilities, all of which increase the regional income. In Korea, various forest restoration activities are already underway. Since 2024, the government started a new project called People Participated Carbon Neutral Forests, which allows people to plant trees and take care of forests themselves. In cities like Seoul, Yongin, and Hongcheon, citizens take part in spring tree planting events. They plant trees, tag them with their names, and can even track how much carbon their trees absorb through a mobile app. We are turning forests into shared spaces, not just national resources. Another important solution is planting broadleaf trees that resist fire better. Conifers like pine trees burn easily, but deciduous trees like oak, zelkova, and ash contain more moisture and can help prevent the spread of fire. That's why the Korea Forest Service is promoting mixed forests, combining both types of trees for greater resilience. But these changes can't be made by one person alone. We need cooperation between the government, businesses, and citizens. I personally use a tumbler every day to reduce plastic waste. I know it's a small action, but if we all act together, we can create big changes. Restoring land and forests is not just about protecting the environment. It creates jobs, boosts local economies, and can protect our shared future. Let's return the land we borrowed from the future a little greener and a little healthier. Thank you for listening.